For more on the current state of Egypt since the uprisings, I'm joined by Asiya Daud, professor at American University. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Now, some may argue that Egypt was more peaceful pre-revolution when Hosni Mubarak was in charge. Is Egypt better off than it was 2 years ago?
Well, actually, I just returned from living in Cairo for 2 years, so I was actually there prior to the revolution, during, and even I witnessed the transition during the military transitional process, and also right before the implementation of the new president. And I can say that indeed, while on the outer facade, Egypt appeared to be stable, there were many issues that were boiling at the surface point, in which in January 25th it erupted. So it was extremely socially unstable, even though it appeared to be politically unstable.
Well, how much longer will it take for this country to rebuild? What still has to happen?
Well, let me explain what the situation is now with the implementation of the new president, Morsi. The opposition that was once unified 2 years ago on January 25th, 2011, against the former President Hosni Mubarak is now deeply, deeply divided. And they're divided along ideological lines, that is, between the Islamists that encompass the Muslim Brotherhood and the more hardliner Salafi party. And then there is what they consider to be the liberals, those who do not want to see a part of religion in government or who are not affiliated with a religious party. And in December of 2012, there was a vote for a constitutional referendum in which the opposition felt that it did not reflect the voices of the people, the complete voices of the society, that it only reflected the voices of one party, that is the Muslim Brotherhood. And they felt that the pro-democracy movement that the people stood in Tahrir Square for 18 days in January 25th, 2011, is now regressive.
Well, and that's the case because we're still seeing protests in that same spot. So what does President Morsi have to do to stabilize the situation, to bring things under control in his country?
The most important thing now in Egypt to bring better stability is bipartisanship. That is, Morsi called in December for the opposition to come to the table with him when they were protesting against the constitutional decree that Morsi made and the presidential decree that superseded the judicial system, which they felt was highly undemocratic and was regressive and moving back to authoritarianism. So he has to listen to the voices of the opposition. People now are standing in Tahrir Square as we speak and throughout Egypt protesting because they feel that they're moving back to authoritarianism and a dictatorship. So what's most important is that he listens to the voices of the people and to listen to their pleas.
Okay, Asiya Daud, thank you so much for your time tonight. We appreciate your insight.
Thank you.